Hello, fifth graders. How are you? I'm here for hopefully one more video. The next time you see me, we'll be in the art room in September. Crossing my fingers, and I'm hoping. Okay? First of all, I want to thank you guys for the drawings that you've done. I've got some amazing Squidwards, like amazing Squidwards. Some really good Psyducks and some great Homer Simpsons the last time. So this time, we're going to do our little friend Maggie Simpson. Right? Never drawn Maggie before. Hopefully we'll be able to do it together. Get your piece of paper, get your pencil and your eraser, turn your paper vertical up and down, and we're going to draw the smallest member of the Simpson family, Maggie. Okay, so let me erase our Maggie and we'll get started. I want to thank all of you who've sent me drawings. I love seeing the stuff that you guys are drawing, and some of you guys are even sending me drawings of just stuff that you've just drawn on your own. You know, and those are amazing, absolutely amazing. The time that some of you are putting into your drawings, it's obvious. Whether you're in school or not, you love to draw, and I know how you feel. So that's absolutely terrific. So you can send me whatever you want. You can send it to me in Teams if you want. If you want me to check something out, or my email, my school email. I love to see what you guys are working on, what you're interested in. Okay, so let's start with our Maggie. Now, it's a little tricky, so you're going to want to draw lightly. Take your time, pause it, stop it whenever you need to. You already know that. And when you get it to where you feel comfortable with it, then you push play again. And we'll get cooking. Okay, I'm going to start. Here's the middle of my paper. I'm going to move up a little bit more toward the top. And I'm going to start right with Maggie's eye. That to me is the center of this entire drawing, that one eye. Because her head is actually turned a little bit. So I'm going to draw, whether you're freehanding it, that's a nice circle right there. 4 years art school right there. Draw a nice circle, whether you're using a template or you're freehanding it a little bit higher than halfway, right smack left and right in the middle of your paper. I'm going to color in my pupil. If you're going to color this thing in later, whether you're going to crayons, color pencils, some of you have even been painting your stuff, which is kind of cool. Then you're just going to want to draw the circle. If it's just going to be a pencil drawing, then you can color it in if you want. Okay, so coming off that eye, the left side of the eye, is her nose, which isn't really that hard to do. We're going to start right about there, so toward the bottom of the eye, under the pupil, and it just goes out a little bit, curls around, and comes back. Very, very simple. It's like half of an oval, I guess. Straight over, curve around, down, you'll finish before you touch the eye. Got a little bit of space there before the eye. Okay? Now the other eye is going to start right about there, 10 o'clock on your clock. And I'm going to come up around, and I'm going to finish right there in the middle of that nose. To give you an idea. I mean, it's going to be sort of the same size as the other circle, I guess. So up, around, and right about in the middle of the nose. The end line is a little bit lumpy. Okay? And then we're also going to put take two. We're going to put a pupil either in the middle or a little bit to the left of that one. Okay? Now, the little points on her head, I guess it's their hair with the Simpsons. I don't know what's going on in that family. They've got points and triangles on their head. There's a couple different ways we can do this. I would recommend drawing a guideline, which we've done many times before. You're going to want to draw a very, very light guideline because we will erase it when we're done. Okay? So lightly you can barely see it. And then we can put our triangles. I think it'd be easier that way. So you're going to start right about, I mean, I can't draw it lightly because you won't be able to see it if I do. Right about on the side of the eye is where I'm going to start my guideline, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of come up and draw a circle around and I would say we're going to finish right about there. So that looks creepy. So side of the eye, very, very lightly up around. You can see I've got quite a bit of space on this side because her head is turned. So we can see more of this side of the head. Up around, and then I'm going to come finish a little bit. I don't know how big your paper is. For me, it's like 1.5 inches. Not quite to the pupil, but under this eye. Now remember, we're going to erase that line. Otherwise, she's going to have a weird looking head. So I'm going to keep that line there for now because it's going to help me. Now, in this picture, she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She has 7 big triangles and 1 little one down here in the corner. So there's 8. I don't think you have to count them or anything, but in case you're interested. So they're going to be nice big triangles. And the first one is going to start right here at the beginning of our guideline, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go out. Nice marker. I'm going to go out. And then back to my guideline, right? So that one's pretty much pointing straight sideways, okay? Then right next to that one, right, there's one there. Kind of like you're drawing a sun. Looks like the sun setting behind a set of eyeballs. And then up and down, up and down. This looks really weird at the moment. We'll see how this turns out, people. And then there's a big one over here. And then they get a little smaller. And then the last one is pretty small. Okay? So now, take our eraser, or your finger if you have a magic finger like I do. And the only thing left are the triangles. Okay, hey, that doesn't look horrible. Okay? That looks good. So you can see they're a little closer to the eye over here, and there's a little bit of space. And there should be a little space from your eye to your last little triangle there. And that triangle should not be under the pupil. It should be over to the right a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to start on the mouth, which is basically just a big pacifier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right over here, just outside of my nose where my eye is, right there. So just a little bit to the left of your nose, you'll be touching the eye. And I'm just going to draw a little curved line like that. It finishes a little bit under your nose. Just a slightly curved line. That's her cheek. She's sucking on her pacifier, and her cheeks are puffing out. Okay? Now, coming off of that line, I'm going to draw kind of like half of an oval. I'm going to go around. If you want to draw the entire oval and then erase part of it, you can certainly do that. But for now, we'll just leave it like that. So I'm touching my cheek there. I'm coming up. I'm under my nose. And I'm curving around. You can see I've got a little bit of space here, a little bit of an opening. And what I'm going to do there is put the handle on the pacifier. So what I'm going to do, pretty much in the middle of my oval, not out here on the end, but in the middle, I'm going to draw a little curved line there and a little curved line over here. That's the two ends of my pacifier. Right? So the first one, I'll connect those two lines with a curve, and then I'll connect the other two lines with a curve out here, and you can see that now I've got a pacifier handle that pretty much connects to the middle of my oval. Now what you could have done, you could have drawn the entire oval, right? And then did the handle, and then just erase, what's inside the handle. You could do it that way too, if you think that's easier. Especially if you're drawing lightly. If you're still drawing lightly, which you should be, you could do it that way. Remember to pause it or stop it if you need to. I know I'm zipping along pretty quick. Now, the bottom lip, which is below her pacifier, is going to be right about there. Almost touching the handle, but not quite. It is touching the pacifier, though. We're going to do a little line that kind of curves around the same shape as the pacifier. And that is her bottom lip. So you can see the cheek and the bottom lip, it's kind of like poofing out. Have you ever seen a baby sucking a pacifier? Their whole face puffs out right around that pacifier. Okay, so now I need to kind of make the rest of the neck. So what I'm going to do over here, right by this triangle, I'm just going to draw a little straight line that connects to my hair, right there. And then I'm just going to draw a straight line across. And it will hit right about in the middle of your bottom lip. There's the bottom, there's the top, there's the middle. Straight across, and there's the neck right there. So down and over. And now your head should be a complete closed shape. Shouldn't be any openings at this point. Okay? Now she's got kind of like a little turtleneck sort of thing going on. So right around this neck, right on that little triangle, I'm going to draw a little curve that kind of goes around like that. So I'm going from the hair around the neck and finishing right under the neck. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to touch the pacifier. I'm not touching that bottom lip. And I'm just going to go straight down a little bit like that. That's the back of her collar. That's the front of her collar. Okay? Now, just a teeny bit below that line. Right about there. Just a teeny bit. We're not touching it, but it's close. I'm going to draw a line that goes straight down a little bit. And then I'm going to curve out. Maggie's got like a little belly. I'm not lying, it's in the picture. So I go down and then curve out a little bit to make her little belly. And I'm going to do another bump. That's like her knee. She wears that little dress, you can't even see her feet. And then I'm going to draw a little bump right at the bottom. So it's straight down, belly, bump for the knee, and then whatever that is. All right, and I'll stop there for now on that side. Now I'm going to hop up here, and I'm going to go right to the collar, right there. I'm going to draw a little curved line that's going to go down and touch her belly. That's actually her shoulder and her arm, which is behind her belly. So that's really all we have to draw. If we can't see it, we don't have to draw it. So that's just her shoulder. Probably sticks out a little too far. Just touch the neckline, curve around, and touch the belly, and that's it. We're done. Okay? Now we're going to hop over the other side. Because we can see more of it, we can see her entire arm and hand. So I'm going to go right over here on the side of my collar, that curved line we made. And I'm going to draw her shoulder over here. And then just go straight down, maybe about the middle of the belly. And that's going to be her sleeve. And then we'll draw this line. We're not going to go all the way to the top. We'll just come down and make that sleeve. So from the collar, around, down, over, and up. And her hand, it's pretty simple. We're just going to go down and make a finger, and then another finger, and then her third finger, which goes up, and then there's a little bump on the back. That's the heel of the hand. And then she has a thumb just peeking out over on this side. So a little thumb peeking out on this side, and then 3 fingers. Okay, that's all. And right behind that hand, I'm going to draw a little bump. She's got like a little trail of her little dress is too long, so it always trails behind her. So I'm going to draw a little bump there, and another little bump that goes down a little lower. And in the last one, I don't have too much room, but I'm just going to go out as far as I can and make that little end of her dress. And then it's going to come all the way over to here and kind of connect to that side. Maybe if I make this lower, it'll look more like the end of her dress. There we go, that looks better. And then she's got a little tiny line, I don't know if it's her knee or whatever, right there. And then, I don't know, you could do whatever kind of background you want. But at least it looks like she's standing on something. Okay? Body's not too bad. Now we'll come up here. We're missing a couple little details up here. We need 3 little eyelashes that go up and curve back. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. She's got a little bow in her hair. Easiest way to do that is just draw a little square. And a big triangle sticking off that side. Triangle sticking off that side. And then she has an ear, which isn't over here on the side, but it's actually way down here. So what it is, right next to this hair here, it's going to be kind of like a big backwards letter C with a curved line on the top. And then a little line coming out of the middle there. You know what it looks like a letter J. A capital letter J. And there's our little friend Maggie. Maggie Simpson. Ta-da! Very nice. Very good, 5th graders. As I said, hopefully next time I see you will be in September. In school, we're all in the same building. We shall see. So hopefully this is the last video. Thanks again to you and your parents for sending me your pictures. If you could do it one more time with Miss Maggie, and I'm sure you can Google her if you want, but she is yellow with a blue dress, a red pacifier, a blue bow, and big white. Her eyes stay white on the inside. Okay? We'll see you later, 5th graders, and hopefully when I see you again, you'll be shiny 6th graders. Top of the totem pole in the elementary. Good job. We'll see you later, guys.